Good morning, dear students. Today, let us continue with the same lesson, that is food for all. In the previous video, we have learnt about improved seeds, modern methods of irrigation, and about the fertilizer. Let us now learn about protection of crops. We all know that there may be different diseases and different pests may attack the crops. Yeah. So the diseases and pest attacks can damage crops in the field. And as they damage the crop, we have to save our crops from this. Yes. So children, as a remedy, insecticides and pesticides are spread on the crops. So insecticides keep away the insects and pesticides keep away the pest from the crops. So insecticides and pesticides are sprayed on the crop to protect them. Or what is done? Certain chemicals are rubbed on the seeds before sowing. Yeah. So to protect the crop, another measure what is done, that is certain chemicals are rubbed on the seed before they are sowed. Okay. So these are the ways how we can protect the crops. Now when our crop is ready and it is harvested and after threshing, how are we going to keep this? So now let us study the point, that is storage of grains. So children, storing the harvest crop safely is as important as increasing the production. This means how we are taking a long time and care while producing or cultivating the crop, isn't it? In the same way, such care should be taken when we are storing the harvested crops. Yeah, so lot of care should be taken when we are storing the grains. So you can see in the pictures, they have shown you the sacks, how the grains are filled and how the sacks are kept. Yeah. So what steps are taken for this purpose? See what is done. The grain is dried well in the sun and then it is filled in the sacks. Yeah, we all know when we dry anything in sunlight, it kills the germs from it. Yes or no? So whenever the crop is ready, after threshing, when the grains are separated, you have to dry that grains well in the sun. And when they are dried totally, then only you have to fill them in the sacks. Now the sack is filled with the grain. The next step what you have to do is that you have to stock these sacks in the house. Or if the sacks or if the grains are sold, then the shopkeeper should keep those sacks in the warehouse or in the shops. Warehouse means you can also say like godowns. So once the sacks are filled with the grains, they should be stocked in house, or after selling they should be stocked in the warehouses or shops. Okay. Now stored grains, there are chances of getting damaged. Yes, there are two ways of getting damaged. Stored grains can get damaged in two ways. The first one, the mice, rats and insect can spoil the grain to a greater extent. So in the godowns you can see mostly we find the mice, yeah, or rats. Even in the shopkeeper grocery shops we have. So these grocery shops or warehouses should be kept away from the, means rats should be kept away from them. How we can prevent them? By keeping certain medicines so that rats will not come towards the grain. So rats, mice and insect spoil the grain to a larger extent. Second way of getting damage is that if the stored grain, yeah, if the grain is stored in a closed and damp space, then there are chances of catching fungus. And once the grain gets fungus, they become unfit for eating. Damp means humid or wet, like say in some closed room we feel cool means there is a damp environment, there is moisture. And we all know in moisture there are chances of getting fungus to the food items. Yes, so if the grains are stored in the damp and a closed space, then the grains will catch fungus, and fungus whatever is caught on the grains, that is very unfit for eating, means we can't eat that grains then. So these are the two ways how the stored grains can get damaged. Okay, what is the first way? Mice, rats and insect can spoil the grains, and second is when you store the grains in a closed and damp space, there are chances of getting spoiled. Okay, now the further thing, that is how to prevent such damages. Yeah, now what to do that so that the grains are safe? First, we have already learned that grains also get damaged because of the pest attack. Yes. So what we can do to prevent such damage by pest attack? We can spray chemicals. Yes. So chemicals are sprayed at the place of storage or all around it. What is done? Wherever the grains are stored, in that place chemicals are spread, or wherever sacks are there, around that chemicals are spread. Yes, now one of the natural way of protecting the crops is that we can mix the neem leaves in the grains. Okay, this will keep the insects or pest attack, it will save the crop from it. Okay, so see, some protective chemicals that can be mixed with the grain are also available in the markets. So the farmer can buy it and he can protect his crop. Yeah, now their smells repel their insects. Okay, what happen whenever some chemicals are there in the market which keep the grains safe. Yes, means they protect the grains. Why? Because of their chemical smell. As that chemical smells, insects go away. So next thing, that is storage places are kept dry and airy to prevent fungus formation. And the last way what you can do to protect the crop or stored crop, you must see that the storage place whatever is there, it should be dry and it should be airy means there should be certain windows, one or two windows, so that air will come, and means moving air it will have, so that if there is moving air there will be no fungal growth. Okay, so this is how protection of crop we can do, and also we can protect the stored grains. Yeah, so now we have learned how to store the grains, what can damage the grains, and how can we protect the grains from those damage. Okay, so on page number 61 they have asked you one question, use your brain power. What is the advantages of storing grains in wattle and daub baskets? So wattle and daub baskets means the baskets which are interlaced with the twigs. Okay, you can see on the, or the branches, like you can see on the screen the baskets, supli or topli, whatever is there, no, how they are made, those baskets. So why they are asking what is the advantages of storing grains in them. Yeah, so here you can see topli. So these are used by the farmers to store the grains. So the advantages are wattle and daub baskets have hole on their surface. Okay, and this keeps air circulating around the stored grains. The grains do not become moist and thus do not catch fungus. Moreover, there is less chance of insect attacks due to dry and airy conditions. So these are the advantages of storing the grains in such kind of baskets. Let us now learn the further point, that is food storage. and conservation of environment. Food storage means whatever food is grown by the farmers, that is stored so that the requirement of all the population on the earth is fulfilled. Also, we store certain food items in our house for our daily requirements, isn't it? Conservation of environment means protecting the environment. So, as I have explained earlier, that food is one of our basic needs. So, every human being or every living thing need food, isn't it? So, each of the living thing store food for themselves. Yes? So, like humans, other living things also store food. But the way of storing the food of each one of them is different. So now let's see, or we all know that insects like ants store food. Yes, the way of them storing the food is different. You can see it in the picture. Yeah, bees also collect nectar from the flowers because bees food is the nectar. Yes, and where do they store their food? They store it in the honeycomb in the form of honey. Now, squirrels feed on seeds, so they also store the seeds. Because these animals store food, it is available to them whenever they need it. Yes, so like human beings, animals also store their food so that the food will be available to them whenever they need it. Now, you may have seen all the time the plants, yeah, are busy producing the food they need. Yeah. Even so, there are some plants that store the food in themselves. Now, on the screen, the first picture shows us that the plant is producing its food with the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide, nutrients from the soil. We have learned in the previous lesson how the plant produces its own food. So all the time the continuous process of plants is going on of producing the food. Yeah, so they are busy with that. But there are some plants who store the food in themselves. You are familiar with the bulbs of plants such as onions and garlics, tubers such as potatoes, gingers, etc., which store the food in themselves. Yeah, they are all parts of the stem of the plants. Yeah. Now, next, that is the radish, sweet potatoes, beetroots. These are all the roots of the plants. Yeah, we have studied that all the parts of the plant are eaten as food. So, onions, garlics, these are the bulbs. Yeah, which we eat as a food. Yeah, they are the stems. Tubers like potatoes, gingers. Now there are some roots. Roots of some plants are eaten as food. They are radish, sweet potatoes, beetroot. Yeah, these plants store their food in their stems or the roots, and we take intake of it. Yeah. Now we too stores food in our homes according to our needs. So now we have studied how animals store their food, how plants store their food, and now let us move on how human beings store their food. So what do we do to meet our basic or daily needs of food? We also purchase the goods from the grocer shop. Yeah, monthly, for month we store. Yeah, or for 15 days few items, but there are few items which we have to buy daily, like milk, which we cannot buy for 15 days and keep, that we have to buy every day. But rice, wheat, jawar, this we can buy for month. Yeah, so we also store the food in our homes according to our needs. So children, in India, Only because of improved methods of cultivation, we are able to produce plenty of food grains. Yeah. So whatever improved methods we have studied, all those are carried out in India, and because of that we have production which exceeds the demand. Means whatever demand is there, no, more than that we have the production. So the surplus food grain, whatever is there, is stored in the huge warehouses. You can see it on in the pictures on the screen. Yeah, surplus means whatever extra food items are there. After production, after fulfilling the demand, whatever is remaining, that are stored in the huge warehouses. Now, sometimes you can see production is affected, yeah, when there is natural disasters such as floods, means where everywhere there is water. Droughts means what? Where there is no rain. Floods means when it rains heavily, the river overflows, that time it is called as floods. So this is one of the natural disaster. Drought means when there is no rain. Yeah, you can see it on the screen. A cyclone, or a hailstorm occurs. That time what happens? At such times, whatever stored surplus grains are there, we can use those grains for the people to fulfill their needs. Yeah, so whatever surplus grains are stored in the huge warehouses, that can be utilized at the time of the floods. It can also be used for the people displaced due to disaster like an earthquake. Means if there is an earthquake, then the people are shifted from one place to another. Is it? So we can use such food, whatever surplus food grains are there, we can use these food items for those people also. So here we have studied about in protection of crops, storage of grains, and also food storage and the conservation of environment. I hope you have understood it. Yes, so do read the lesson and try to understand the concepts more clearly.